Hi. I don't know how many videos I'm behind. I've recorded some, I just haven't got them downloaded, but I just wanted to say again that I'm not going to be on for a couple days, but I haven't left. I haven't forgot. I just have lots of things to do. I have to get them done. I have to get them done. But I have to tell you the story of one of my friends. We're all sisters and brothers in Christ, right? Well, wonderful woman. That became a friend through the videos and through the blog. And anyway, she lives with a non-believer, okay? And we know it's becoming very difficult, very, very difficult for everybody who live with non-believers. Now, having said that, at the same time, we're also seeing God work really great miracles in, the sleepers, the church, the sleeping church, right? He's kind of given them a little push up, okay? So that is terrific. But a lot of the non-believers we live with, it's getting very hard, very hard. Anyway, she wants to, spread the word and do her part. She's just, she's not that kind of person, just to go up and, So, but she's from California, but she goes to a church, a very large church, and she said that she just knew that the Lord was telling her, in her spirit, that she needed to talk to the minister about where we're in and what he's talking about, right? Because he's got a huge flock, big congregation. Well, last week, she got her nerve up to do it. She did it. She just went for it. She just went in there and did it, okay? And started talking to him about, the time we're in. Started talking about, all the things going on. And she said, she was just going, rattling them off. And because it was very, very hard for her to do that. That was stepping way out of her comfort block. But she knew, she knew she had to do it because the Lord just wouldn't leave her alone. She knew she had to do it for some reason. Okay. Now, as hard as that was for her, right? We're always afraid to do that. Do you think this was very hard for me? I mean, I'm a people person. I can talk to strangers. I can talk to anybody. But when you open yourself up to this, you open yourself up to this. You understand? I still have feelings too. But when the Lord won't leave you alone, He won't leave you alone. So, it's whether or not I care about what man thinks or I care about God thinks. It's about standing there in front of God, saying, well, I didn't do that for you because, I didn't want to be embarrassed or I didn't, or for whatever reason, you know exactly what I'm talking about, okay? Exactly. I'm going to stand there in front of Him. I'm going to say, well, yeah, but I just didn't want to put myself out there because, I just didn't. Boy, I don't want that. I don't want that to happen. We've already missed, a lot of fruit time, okay? I mean, when we could have really had some good fruit. But it's okay, it's okay because it's hearing Him later on and knowing when He's telling you to step in again. We've all missed those times that we know that He's telling us to talk to somebody or to do something. We all have done it, okay? Well, anyway. So she does this, right? You know what? He knew. He knew. And he asked her to pray for him. He asked her, and it's a big church, big. Asked her to pray for him because he knew what he had to do, and he wasn't doing it. And it was about approaching it because again, he knew. And so her coming to him, and he didn't really know her. I mean, it's a big church, and they're fairly new there. They're fairly new. And he said, "You just give me confirmation. You just gave me confirmation." See, the Lord had been working on him. Like I said, I don't even know if I have these videos uploaded or not, but I did some last week, the other day, and I was talking about knowing that these pastors have, if they're true pastors, true children of the Lord, they're true shepherds that's appointed and anointed by God. They know, because God's Spirit has to be upon them, just like it's upon all of us. Do you don't think He's going to put it on them shepherds? Absolutely. And if they're not teaching it, they're either one, ignoring it, two, don't have it because they're not one of His, or it's number three, they're afraid. They're afraid. And that's what I think he is. I think he's afraid. Because you have a big church like that, you're going to have a lot of feet walking out when they don't like what you say. Especially in California. Really? Really? Yeah. You know, especially in California. But just to see what she did, that was huge. And you know what? Again, remember what I said about the souls, you know, are reaching 10,000 in an auditorium, are reaching the one little next door neighbor, you know, bringing the cup of coffee and the good seed, planting that good seed. It's all the same in God's eyes. So it's not about all the times you missed, okay, the missed opportunities. All done it. I've done it. We all have. That we didn't, you know, we didn't follow what our Spirit was leading us to do, which what He was telling us to do. So don't, you know, gotta let those go, and we gotta do what He is telling us to do, and know, okay, you did it. How great is that? Don't go back and think about what you didn't do, because you know when you go backwards, that's the enemy whispering. You just be happy, be blessed over what you did do. Okay, so I mean, because it's hard, especially this day and age. It's what it is, you know. It's the rejection. It's the all of it. The wagging of the tongue with others. It's the gossip. It's all of that stuff. I mean, you know, this is not an easy thing to do. I mean, I never thought I'd ever in a million years make videos. I thought if I'd make a video, I'd be dancing or something. You know what I mean? I'd be singing or dancing or something. But you know, when you got to do it, you got to do it. It took a lot of nerve for her to do that. It took a lot of time, because see, she was beating up on herself because she missed. She knew a couple other times that he was telling her, and she didn't do anything about it. And this time she wasn't going to let that pass. Again, it's the disappointing God. So you have to think about that. You want to disappoint, you worry about disappointing man, you worry about disappointing God, you know, because we're going to have to stand up there one day. And what about if He says, well, let me show you this. Remember that person I put in your path, or I did this, and you know what I wanted you to do, but you didn't? Well, look where they're at now. They didn't make it. They didn't make it because you were their seed sower. You were their breadcrumb to me. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Really? You know what it's like when your parents are disappointed in you? Oh man. Oh man. You know, and that's the big parent. Yeah, that's the Father of all fathers. So, and you know what? Again, I'm not preaching, I'm just sharing it. I'm telling you, I know it's hard. We all do. But you know, He's put in this oomph in us now, this last oomph of go in us now, you know. And so, big things coming up. But this pastor, he asked her to pray for him, and you know, that was confirmation. So how many of you maybe have the same thing? Okay, so if your spirit is telling you to talk to your pastor, okay, or talk to well, your pastors, but I mean also anybody else that just nag, won't go away, you know, that's God. It just won't go away. You know what? You don't have to go in there and tell them everything you know. You don't have to go in there and be, you know, just scare them to death, because that's what's going to happen. And they might even be good Christian friends. but of course they're blinded, to what we're in now. They just don't believe it. And again, you know what that's about, don't you? That's about fear. And many don't want to leave their lifestyles. See, that's why God said it was hard for a rich man to get to heaven. Because you know what? They're attached not only to the money, they're attached to the stuff that the money buys, but they're trapped in that lifestyle, okay? And when you're in that lifestyle, you're around people who want to keep that, okay, and want to keep what they have. And so in order to keep what they have to, walk a different path. They're around many unbelievers, okay, because, the two just can't mix. So they're around, you're put in different social circles. You're put in different environments, all right? They're separated. And they don't have that ear. They don't have that ear. Because, but you know what? So many of them, it doesn't matter. They still know. But they're pretending they don't because they're afraid. Because they're afraid what happens if they lose it all, what's going to happen to them. So it's better for them to lie to themselves, okay? And to keep up that front of, oh, nothing's going to happen, nothing's coming, see? Instead of having to face it. Because when you get a lot of money, that money takes you to another place. It takes you to places. It takes you, I don't know how to explain it. It takes your life, okay? So you're busy doing things that money has allowed you to do, okay? You could start off really great and love God every day, but as long as you're going where that money is taking you and doing for you, that's time that keeps pulling away from Him, see? Then, you're going here, and you're around this person or that person. A lot of them, again, they're not believers, okay? Or they're believers, but to a point where it doesn't affect their lifestyle, okay? So then when you're around these people every day, what do you become? I mean, that's just what it is. It's just a circle like this. It's a gerbil wheel, okay? It's a gerbil wheel. The money attaches you to the world, and the world is not a lover of God. Bottom line. It's very hard. Very, very hard. So, know this whenever you're talking to anybody, I mean, it's the fear. It's the fear. And it's because, it's just this gerbil wheel again, and it's because they don't truly know Him that they have the fear, okay? They can't walk away without, and just say, oh no, I know He's got me. It's okay, I know He's got me. They can't. They want a sure thing. They want to be assured that they're comfortable. You know what I mean? And they'll have all of their needs. It's not faith. And until they know Him, they can't know Him. Does that make sense? So it just stays in that gerbil wheel, and they'll keep that fear in front of them. But they act very cocky about it, okay? But no, behind that cockiness is fear, is what it is. It's fear. So, and two, if you have somebody that you need to talk to, you need to talk to them. Because see what happened in this? And I mean, that was something great. That really was. That was really something so special and so great that happened. And God was waiting, because whatever she said to him affected him. Okay? Because that was his confirmation. Now it's going to affect hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people in that church. See? See? Oh my gosh. How wonderful is that? So you know what? Yeah, I know. It's hard. Hard to do. Hard to do. Hard to do. It is. So, but I'm just saying, it's not everybody, but ones that have that nagging feeling for either somebody, you know, see, let it out, do it, do it, do it, do it, and just know that you did it. So he'll, you know, and if it's one of his that he's bringing along, he'll make sure that you have the words to say. And again, you pray ahead, Lord, you know, please, may your Holy Spirit go ahead of me, and may they fill their heart, you know, and their spirit with, you know, you, and may they, may you soften, you know, their heart, and may they have divine open hearing, and may you give me the words to speak, you know. So pray ahead again, so the Holy Spirit walks ahead of you and rest upon that person that you're going to. But I just thought that was amazing. Just thought it was absolutely amazing. You know, we're coming into a time, again, I don't even know what I put on these last videos that I haven't posted yet, because I just can't believe I haven't done that, but I just have, things I have to do here. I've just put them off because yesterday I started reading. I ended up reading something, I mean, it was like 5 hours later. I was going to put do a post on my blog. I have all these rough drafts because I can't finish them because I get into it. And I was reading this thing, I mean, it's like 5 hours. I was like, oh my gosh. But I have a lot of stuff to do with, you know, the baby coming. And I have to work on the room, and I have to I'll be working in the basement, really, for the next umpteen days. Trying to get it arranged because she's going to start painting the baby's room. So, and you know, she's all excited about it. So that's what I have to do. And plan for the baby shower. That's this enormous thing, baby shower. So, and I've just not been able to get it done, so I have to take time away to do it. But I just wanted to say, you know, we're coming into a huge time. Like, I don't know. I don't know a date, a time, or an hour. I don't. But I know it's different. This is different. It's just biblical. You know, it's just biblical. We had a great teaching on the 14, you know, and that every number has a meaning to God. Everyone. They're just not numbers. They all have specific meanings. And that 14, you know, I'm going to try to put it on my blog again, but I keep saying that, but then I never get to do it. But just huge confirmation, huge times. Again, you know, we're still, and and if you've been with me since the beginning, I've said, you know, Enoch's calendar is the one that we have to go by. Okay, Enoch's calendar. And it just so happens that Enoch's calendar is the Hebraic calendar. There's two Hebraic calendars, okay? One is the Hebraic, and it's the Gentile king calendar, and then there's the Hebraic, where it's the Jewish king calendar, where Nisan 1 starts the new year, okay? Again, makes Rosh Hashanah in the spring, okay? Because, you know, so many people think he's going to come on Rosh Hashanah, you know, the Jewish New Year, and it's like the fall, in September usually it is. And people are just upset that that's the time he's going to come. Well, guess what? When the new year, when you go by the true calendar, which is Enoch's calendar, which is the you know, the Jewish king calendar, Nisan 1 is the, or Nisan 1, however they say it, is the first day of the new year, which is in April. Okay, it's in April. So Rosh Hashanah is going to be then. So see how it's all working out. Now we're still technically, okay, because it's a 13-month, so we're still in technically 2013 on Enoch's calendar. Now the first day of the year, I mean the first day of spring is first day of spring is it March 20th? Is it March 20th or March 17th? On March 17th, all right, it is the, remember that, I can't remember. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. It's this March 16th or I know it's March 17th, but the 16th is huge too. It might be March 16th. So it's also Purim. Purim starts on the evening of March 15th and ends the evening of March 16th. So it might be March 16th I'm talking about, because the March 17th might be the first day of spring. Okay, so I've read so much. I just read so much. I can't remember now. So during those times it's huge. Okay, I'm gonna have to go back now and read my notes. But March 15th starts Purim on the evening, ends the next night. But that March 16th, it's the March 16th. It's huge. So much happens on that day. So much happens. And March 17th is the, I think, the first day of spring, or the last day of spring. But it's a marker. What I'm saying, it's a marker. Okay, it's a marker. You know, and the Lord had told us too last year. You know, woe to the Ides of March, which the Ides of March is not only just in March. Okay, the Ides of March is throughout the year. You just have to know again what the Ides of March are. But obviously the 15th, you know, of March is the Ides of March, but they're also in other months. Okay, and you have to study, you know, the Jewish laws, the Jewish Torah, or you know, the Jewish rules to find out how in calendar, it's really a calendar, okay, how that is. But the Ides of March is just not March. It's like every month or every other month that has a this or has that, and go back. But yeah, it's not just in March. So but it's huge. It's huge. So we just have to keep our eyes open from now on, really, from now till whenever, because it's any time. It's really any time. I don't know a day or an hour. I know it's close. I know it's close. So if you got a seed, spread it. You want to be standing up there going, I'm so sorry, are you disappointed in me? Oh my gosh, if I would have just said something to that person. Boy, you know, I couldn't stand disappointing my parents here on earth. I just can't imagine how I would feel, you know, disappointing him. Oh man, please don't let me disappoint him. Please don't let me disappoint him. You know, I always tell him to, please, I'm so sorry I disappointed you. Because we know when we do it. We know when we disappoint him, we do. We do. Okay, anyway, I'm sorry, I'm trying to catch up. Sorry to, you know, catch up. I'm trying to do the videos and do them, and I just got far behind, and I'm so sorry. But if you don't hear from me for a couple days, I just have to finish my stuff here. But watch. Get it ready. Don't know when, don't know. But a lot of markers coming this month. A lot of markers.